In this video, we're going to review how to place marks in your scan. Sometimes there are particular points in the cloud that you'd like to highlight, either for yourself at a later time or to share with a colleague. Say, for example, we wanted to highlight a particular corner of a building, like this one here. Well, in order to communicate that effectively, we can go up to the mark drop down from the action menu, left click, and select new mark point. Now we can then freely apply this mark to any of the points in the cloud, like here, and that's going to give it a designation, as you see, P1, which comes up on the left-hand menu as well. Now you can place multiple marks, as many as you want. However, if you'd like to go back to viewing the viewer or zooming in and out and panning, you just click escape and you can go about your usual activities now with that mark placed. Another benefit of highlighting a particular point in the cloud as a designated mark is that for measurements and areas and takeoffs, you can now use that as a focus point for those particular actions. So for example, on this particular project, we have some drains. One's over here and one's all the way over here. Let's say that we're sloping this deck, and the deck is supposed to slope from this corner, being the high point, all the way to this drain, and from this point all the way to that drain. Well, in order to establish our relative elevations, we're going to want to come back to the exact same point in the cloud to get our measurements and elevations from. And so having this mark P1 allows us to do that, because now I can go to the measurement tool, distance, and this operation is covered under another video, but you can see the benefit of having this mark now, because I can go click on that, go to my drain, exit, go back to that same P1 mark, measure again, make sure that I'm connected to that same point, and go to this drain. So now we have our elevations, that's the Z, indicated there and there, and they're established from the same relative reference. If you don't put a mark, it can sometimes be difficult to snap to the same point in the cloud. If you'd like to move that point, you can go over to the marks in the left-hand menu and just toggle this unlock. Now it's free to move. We can move it left and right and up and down to any other point in the cloud. To relock it, you just go to the same menu, left click, and now it's locked. To delete it, we click the X button, or if we just don't want to see it, you can toggle the visibility.